Hey guys. All right, so I got something to show you. This has been something I've been meaning to get to for, only about 15 years and been in my garage almost that entire time. Let me show you. I'm going to take the body of a 1969 Karmann Ghia and put it on the chassis of a 2001 Audi TT. All right, so what you are seeing right here is a 1969 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia. And yes, I have got it right now hoisted up, rather precariously, I would say. But body is completely detached from the frame, and I've got the engine out. Engine is actually right there, and you can see I am missing some stuff off of it. I actually started taking this out I don't know, 10 to 12 years ago, and it's been out for a while. This actually ran when I first got it 15 years ago, and I took the engine out of the car. We'll just go around to the backside here. You can see some of the the panels in here are rusted, and but when I took the engine out, I guess I took the carburetor and several other parts off of the engine when I was taking it out, and I guess I threw them away. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. Maybe I was thinking I was going to replace them anyways, but I can't find them anywhere, so I don't have them. And I was going to actually rebuild the engine, but don't mind my garage. It's kind of a mess right now. As you can see, I got the doors off here, so I could get the hoist through the whole thing. So actually, I'll take a look inside here. So yeah, I took the seats out. All of these, you can kind of, you can see it better from down here. So if you follow kind of along these, the frame here, there's holes like every so often, and each one of these holes was bolted onto the frame, onto the body, I'm sorry. And so there's I got a whole bucket of them right here that came off of the vehicle. And yeah, so that took me a while to actually get it off and detach all the wires and some of the hoses and etc. But it's off now, and I can actually wheel the frame out. But the big news is that I am not going to be repairing the frame or the engine. I am going to do a complete chassis swap, and so my all of this is going to actually get gutted in the front here, and I'm going to be putting in a probably 2004, 2005, or 2006 Audi TT chassis underneath this 1969 Karmann Ghia. So I'm going to try to keep the outside as close to the original as possible. So this will get it's going to get a paint job. I got a couple pieces of chrome that I've got to replace that are missing, like this headlight chrome, and the bumper here, it's got a dent in it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix that or just replace the bumper. But there's a few other pieces that are missing, like here, and I'll probably end up I'm going to end up replacing like all the seals and rubber on pretty much the whole car, because it's all just totally, like, look here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's just crumbles. It's just terrible. So everything's in really bad shape. I mean, stuff is old. Anyways, this is going to get all gutted out here. In order to fit the Audi TT in here, I'm going to actually have to cut through basically cut out all of this here, and probably all the way back. I'm going to be just taking this entire panel off. This is going to go over here, just to open this whole engine compartment up in the front mainly here, so that I have more room for the engine, because the engine for the TT I measured, and if we're looking at it from here, will actually go all the way out to about here, and stops about here, and then there's I believe the battery, intake filter, and more just the main engine, and the actually like the suspension will come all the way up to, should, if I'm measuring correctly, somewhere around the front of where I'm gonna have to reroute this, but somewhere around the front of this. And I'm a little worried about the height on this, so I did take some measurements and I'm trying to figure it out. It seems like it's gonna work, but I won't really know until I get this all torn apart and actually get the donor body here, or donor chassis here, to actually put this on and see how high it sits, because I'm really concerned about how high this is gonna sit. Anyway, so I'm not quite sure if how high this is gonna sit, and how like pushing out these wheel wells is gonna work with the slightly wider base of the TT with this. So it should end up coming out to about here, but and I should have enough room. I think what I'll end up having to do is potentially flare these wheel wells a bit to allow for the slightly wider base. But I am planning to run smaller wheels, probably with those wheels. I'd like to use these original wheel sizes, which is not going to be the same as what the TT runs. The TT's running, well, right now I think he's got 18s on there and low profile, and I don't know what the full diameter is of them, but I know it's not going to be probably, I think it's going to be, these are going to be smaller than what is currently on there. So I probably am going to have to recalibrate the speedometer and everything to accommodate the different wheel size and tire size that I've got here, but I'd like to keep it as close to kind of this traditional Volkswagen look as possible. But I'm not I'm not opposed to, running some custom wheels. I don't think I'll probably try to run 18s though, because I think it'll be too big for the space that I have in the wheel well. We'll have to see where this sits once I get it in here, in order to see how much I'm gonna have to actually adjust this wheel well here, because I may have to actually cut and flare this, and I don't want to do too much work on these if I don't have to, but if I can just do some slight modifications or flare outs here, I don't think it'll look bad. It might actually look kind of cool down the profile of it here if we have just some slight flares, but I want to try to keep the body as close to the original style as possible. And yeah, so I mean, the body seems to be in pretty good shape. There's a few little, you can see a few little chips here, and this looks like it's been painted maybe one or two times for sure. If you look in here, I don't know if you can see it because the light's dimming on me now, but this is green and this is black. So, and I believe underneath the green, somewhere back here, if we go to the back again. All right, coming back around to the back. Under the back, there is, I thought this was rust at first, but I think that, let's focus here. That is rust above it, but that is like a beige, ugly brown beige color or whatever. But I think that's the original color of this car, which I don't know. It's like a gold. If I like look at it from an angle here, it's like a metallic-y gold color. Anyways, that's under the black. So I don't know if that was like another color that was painted or what, but there's definitely 3 different colors that I've noticed on this car. So you can see here, right here, this is a good spot to look. Let's see here, if I can focus. Right there, you got the green, the gold, and then the black. So like, what's going on here with this color? Anyways, I'm gonna be taking this down. I think I'm gonna try to just take it all the way down in bare metal, and just to check it all out, because I'm a little worried that like what the condition of the rest of the vehicle is really dirty. What the condition of these are, I haven't found any really bad spots yet, but we won't know if there's been repairs or anything like that done. But it looks pretty solid. There's a few little space, especially around like these things like here, that just like little nicks and stuff like that that need to be just straightened out, but nothing that's too serious. Like even this is in pretty good shape. It's not falling apart. It's not rusted through. These kinds of things right here, I'm just gonna end up ripping all this out and just putting in some sheet metal back here and turning this kind of into just a trunk, a typical trunk kind of here, and maybe even opening it up to the back of the car as kind of like a cargo space, maybe with some speakers and stuff like that. So the sound system back here. And then I've got to somehow figure out, because I think this is going to be where in the TT, this is going to be where back here in the behind the seat is the fuel tank. So I'm going to have to put in some bit of probably a I don't know if I'm going to put it up here or here. I think I prefer it on the top, but the fuel access on there. So rather than messing up the side, I don't know yet. We'll figure that out when I get there. I don't want to mess with it right now. But yeah, so that's where we're at right now with the Karmann Ghia rebuild. So I did go and take a look at a TT today, but I don't think it's gonna work. Mechanically, it seems like it's in pretty good shape. It's got some error codes right now coming up, engine error codes. I think it's just the sensors, but the guy said that he replaced the catalytic converter at some point, and it's got some cat codes that are coming up, and I don't know where he got what and what kinds of stuff he's done to it, but he's also dropped the whole car like several inches, so it's riding really low. I took it out for a test drive and we went over a few bumps, and it's definitely bottomed out, and so I'd have to fix the suspension on that car. I don't know if I need to actually replace the suspension or if it just needs to be adjusted higher, but that's definitely an issue for me. It rides like shit as far as how rough it is, and the error codes on the engine are concerning, because I don't really want to have to get another project to fix before I put this on it. I'd rather just get a car that's in good mechanical working condition and has whatever crap going on with the body. I don't care, because I'm ripping it all off, and just put this on a good working vehicle so that I don't have to screw around with fixing another car. So that's what I'm looking for right now. The car I looked at today, it's nice. It's the V6. It's the 3.2 6-cylinder, and it is it's nice. I'd like to actually use that if I could. I'm a little concerned just because the 3.2 is like a lot larger and it sits a lot further forward in the engine compartment than the other engines. So I'm a little concerned about fitting it in here. I did do some measurements today when I went out and looked at it and came back here, and I think I can make it work. Like I said, I gotta cut into the wheel wells here and then push those out in order to make that work, but I think it will. So it's really hard to do these measurements and figure things out unless you have the actual vehicles here that you can actually do some cuts, put it on top, see how it's gonna sit, and actually try it all out. So I think a lot of this is gonna be trial and error once I get the thing, and I don't know, I'm trying not to waste too much money if it doesn't work. I don't wanna have two vehicles that don't run and I can't do anything with. So that's what I'm hoping not to happen. But we're going to keep looking. I think I think it was close to what I'm looking for. I don't want to have to deal with the extra problems that are going to come with that vehicle, I don't think. So I'm going to keep looking. Been going to the auctions at and the junkyards and stuff like that. Not the junkyards, but there were kind of record tow things that, they take them to Copart or one of these places, and occasionally they get these TTs in there. Problem is they're almost always wrecked in the front, and that means I need to do suspension and possibly replace like the subframe and stuff like that. And again, I just don't want to have to deal with extra stuff like that. Ideally, I can find a car that's like got bad hail damage or vandalized or something like that just has body damage and it's just too costly to fix for like the year or whatever, and I could just rip off the body and use the chassis. So if this is interesting, if you guys think that this is cool, please comment. Let me know if you want me to do more videos on my progress through the Karmann Ghia rebuild. I need to come up with like a name of this, like this Audi TT Karmann Ghia body swap. If you got an idea for a name for the series or whatever, Franken Karmann, I don't know what you would call it, but let me know in the comments, and please like or follow me if this is interesting. And yeah, hopefully I'm going to try to document my whole process going through this. I'll post a few pictures from the car I looked at today. I looked at a few different cars, and I'll keep you guys updated on the progress here.